In the noisy modern world, a silent strength surpasses sound. The immense value of actions and attitudes. Learning from the classical Stoic philosophers, we understand that truly speaking, without opening our mouths, is an art. By embodying calmness, patience, and self-control, individuals convey their worth not just through words, but through the lives they lead. This is a powerful way to speak without saying a word, turning silence into a potent language. In the quest for genuine meaning and value, words can sometimes be secondary. As the classical Stoic philosophers taught, true value is not shown through loud words, but through consistency, tranquility, and self-control in every action. Practicing Stoicism is not just theoretical. It is a daily life where every decision, gesture, and reaction under pressure and temptation contributes to affirming oneself. Silence, with its beauty, becomes a strength, where true value exists without a single word. Today, we embark on a promising journey of personal transformation, where you will not only discover your own value, but also become an inspiration to yourself and others. Stay tuned until the end of the video to uncover valuable lessons that will help you face and overcome any challenges. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe and like this video to support us in continuing to deliver quality content like this. In today's video, we will explore the philosophy of Stoicism, a time-tested perspective that deepens our understanding of true and genuine self-value. Exactly. Stoic philosophy is not just about enduring hardships or being indifferent to suffering. More profoundly, it helps us recognize what is truly important in life, especially in our relationships. The first step in this journey is learning to appreciate and respect oneself. Let's explore this together, discovering how to shape a more meaningful life, starting with nurturing self-respect. Before you imagine Stoics as cold, stern statues from ancient times, let me clarify something. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming emotionless. It's about deeply understanding where your energy truly deserves to be invested. Consider this in the context of self-respect in relationships. Sometimes we try too hard to impress others, and in the process, we lose ourselves, adapting our appearance this way, communicating that way, just to be accepted. But this is where our Stoic philosophy comes into play. Your self-respect doesn't lie in the clothes you wear or the places you frequent, but in how you behave, in your daily actions and choices. Imagine a scene at a coffee shop, two people on a date. One person tries to dress impressively, making an effort to impress, while the other is confident and comfortable with themselves. Who do you think will leave a more lasting impression? It's the person who is true to themselves, and that is the power of self-respect. Stoics always strive to live with honesty and self-respect. So, how do we apply this to our modern lives? It's simple. If you are passionate about something, pursue it, let it shine. This isn't about pretending to be someone you're not, but about being comfortable and confident in your own skin, knowing that you deserve what you are and more. That's self-respect. The way you care for and respect yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. You are sending a message to the world that being treated in such a way is acceptable to you. However, when you truly value your time, energy, and emotions, you make a clear statement. I deserve respect, and I expect to be treated similarly. In relationships, what matters is not just how you see yourself or what you say, but also how you react and behave in different situations. Do you respond with self-respect, or do you bow your head in despair? Are you sacrificing your values just to fit in with others? Or do you stand firm in your beliefs, even if it means standing alone? This does not require you to be perfect. We are human. We make mistakes. We have moments of embarrassment. But the key is how you handle those moments. Do you collapse under pressure, or do you maintain your composure and learn from it? Reflect on how we can start respecting ourselves more in every daily interaction. By affirming our own value, we not only elevate our own dignity, but also inspire others to find that respect within themselves. This is the true power of living a life aligned with Stoicism. A life full of self-respect and authenticity. We, the followers of Stoicism, understand that the ultimate strength lies in setting and protecting boundaries in our relationships. This is not merely an act of personal choice, it is an expression of respect for both ourselves and others. Strong, yet polite, we clearly communicate what is acceptable and what cannot be tolerated, not only to maintain the purity of our spirit, but also to affirm a noble standard of mutual respect. Learning to say no is not about giving up, but a wise and courageous decision to protect and prioritize our own noble values. By refusing commitments in situations that do not align with us, we assert our right to live according to our own beliefs, showing unwavering loyalty to ourselves. Each day, as we interact with others, let respect and kindness guide our actions. Recognizing and empathizing with the struggles and emotions of others not only helps us build genuine relationships, but also fosters a deep appreciation for ourselves. As we become aware of our own value, we radiate confidence and self-respect, which influences how others perceive and treat us, creating a positive cycle of respect and admiration. Stand firm on your principles, be strong in protecting your personal values, and be heartfelt in every interaction. This is the Stoic path, the path of resilience and the beauty of the soul. Understanding and affirming your self-worth does not depend on external evaluations, but is the result of living a life of integrity and acting according to high standards. We are not just judged by our appearances or achievements, but by deeper values such as compassion, patience, and the ability to listen sincerely. When you believe in this, the way you interact in relationships will positively change. You will never tolerate nonsense, not out of arrogance, but because you value yourself too much. In situations where you feel undervalued, instead of doubting yourself, reflect on your strengths and intrinsic values. Remember, your true worth is not determined by others' recognition, but by your own accurate and deep awareness. When setting boundaries, what matters is not just words, but actions. People can claim they will not tolerate being treated poorly, but reality shows how firmly they actually stand in the face of challenges. It's important how we react when someone crosses our limits. This isn't always easy, but remember, everything is within our control, including our reactions in difficult situations. This is the path of resilience and self-respect, where every action and choice testifies to your self-worth and self-respect. Exploring and acknowledging your own boundaries is not just an act of self-protection, but a crucial step in personal development. It requires the courage to face and overcome the limits within ourselves. Each time we feel uneasy or uncomfortable, it's a sign for us to pause and reflect, then find ways to protect our integrity and mental health. In everyday life, it's not the monumental challenges that truly measure our strength and character, but rather the seemingly insignificant situations. Standing at these crossroads, we have the opportunity to reveal our true mettle and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Practicing mindfulness in each moment, recognizing how we react to different situations, is the key to fostering clarity and insight in every decision and action. This not only helps us navigate daily life more effectively, but also aids in building and maintaining genuine and meaningful relationships with those around us. Always be present, always be alert, so that step by step, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and development. We can cultivate a fresh perspective on setting and protecting our personal boundaries. This is not simply about establishing strict or rigid rules in our interactions with others, but more importantly, about developing an internal compass. This compass, inspired by Stoic principles, guides us to recognize and adhere to our own values in every situation. This is not about isolating ourselves from the world around us or building invisible walls, but about constructing healthy boundaries that accurately reflect the essence and values we cherish. When you start living this way, those around you will take notice. They see that you have not only clear boundaries, but also enough self-respect to earn the respect of others. This sends a subtle message that you know who you are, what you value, and that you are not willing to compromise your principles for the convenience of others. This attitude not only helps us build more genuine and respectable relationships, but also fosters a deep sense of self-awareness and self-esteem, bringing true strength into our daily lives. When we steadfastly live according to our values and boundaries, we not only affirm ourselves as individuals of integrity, we also serve as role models for others in a world full of uncertainties and misunderstandings. Choosing to let go is not a sign of surrender, but an expression of self-respect and self-care. This requires absolute clarity and inner strength to recognize when a situation or relationship no longer aligns with our core values and vision of dignity. Let me emphasize, walking away does not necessarily involve turmoil or drama. Sometimes it's a calm and sober acceptance that we deserve better. Indeed, the unknown can be frightening, and uncertainty can make us anxious. But it is in these challenging moments that we should remember the teachings of the Stoics, who encourage us to face difficulties courageously and accept that life is always changing. Realizing that you have the courage to let go of what no longer serves your personal goals is not just a leap in your spiritual journey, but also opens up space for new opportunities and experiences in life. This is how we clear the path for personal growth and innovation. It's crucial that you don't limit yourself to a situation merely for the sake of safety or fear. You are choosing a lifestyle that respects your mental health and happiness. Having the courage to let go of what no longer nourishes your soul is an important step towards a brighter and more meaningful future. You are choosing to say yes to yourself and to the new opportunities waiting for you. So, as you reflect on this decision, remember that the bravery and honesty in each of our choices open the door to new opportunities and experiences in life. This reminds us that we deserve a fulfilling life and have the right to shape the life we desire. Enjoy your coffee and let these thoughts sink deep into your mind. Understand that deciding to walk away doesn't mean you are adopting a cold or distant attitude towards others. Instead, it's a way of showing love to yourself and having deep respect for your own well-being. This strength allows us to clearly define our boundaries and needs, affirming that I deserve better. We are not judging others, but elevating our own value and dignity. It's about recognizing that we deserve to be loved and respected in every relationship, and that these relationships should promote our personal and emotional growth. When we courageously let go of what no longer meets our needs, we not only affirm our self-respect, but also honor our deepest needs. This process also helps us develop the ability to discern what truly matters to us in relationships. It allows us to identify harmful or toxic patterns and make decisions that prioritize our long-term health and happiness. Therefore, remember that the willingness to let go is an expression of self-love and a strong affirmation of the commitment to live a fulfilling and authentic life. In Stoic philosophy, examining consistency and sincerity is essential. Stoicism places a high value on logic and reason, avoiding being swept away by emotions. This is particularly important in relationships, where finding a balance between emotion and reason can be challenging. However, by cultivating a bit of skepticism, we allow our reason to assess situations more objectively and clearly. Maintaining a certain level of skepticism helps us not get carried away by transient emotions, but instead make decisions based on reality and our true needs. This not only helps us identify what is beneficial, but also helps us avoid risks that could affect our mental health. Moreover, maintaining skepticism also protects our hearts from potential disappointments and emotional harm. Slowing down to carefully evaluate situations before diving into them allows us the space to better understand others, their intentions, and how well they align with our needs and values. This is not only a way to build protective barriers, but also a means of cautiously and soberly opening our hearts. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, we not only protect ourselves from unnecessary hurt, but also keep our minds and emotions alert, enabling us to explore new relationships with a clear mind and a guarded heart. Accepting imperfection is an essential part of Stoic philosophy, which helps us to more easily blend into the nature of life, flow with the natural rhythm of the universe, and accept reality with tranquility and acceptance. This is not just a lesson in self-awareness, but also a way in which we can lead our lives in a more meaningful and harmonious manner. In the realm of love, the lessons we learn from Stoicism bring about a profound and meaningful transformation. The Stoic perspective helps us realize that both ourselves and our loved ones are imperfect, subject to the ups and downs of life and human limitations. Instead of striving for perfection in others or ourselves, we learn to accept imperfection as an inevitable part of the human experience, valuing authenticity over appearance, and seeing beauty in vulnerability and sincerity. By accepting these imperfections with compassion and understanding, we open up space to grow together and build genuine connections. This allows us to forge strong and meaningful relationships where true connection and mutual support become indispensable pillars. When we understand and accept each other, we not only strengthen our current relationships, but also create conditions for each individual to grow stronger. Instead of resisting reality or trying to change others to fit our desires, we learn to adapt and flow smoothly with the circumstances that life presents. By accepting things as they are, we find deep peace and satisfaction in each present moment. We recognize and accept both our own flaws and those of others, understanding that everyone has limits and that mistakes or challenges in relationships are completely natural. Rather than judging ourselves or others, we extend compassion and empathy. We recognize that each person carries their own story, pains, and motivations, and we strive to understand their perspectives with deep empathy. By doing so, we not only strengthen the bonds and trust in our relationships, but also create a supportive space and unconditional understanding where everyone can feel accepted and valued. Acceptance and understanding are not only valuable virtues, but also the solid foundation for nurturing genuine and deep relationships, where love and natural connection flourish in an atmosphere of mutual acceptance and respect. As we learn to adapt to circumstances and accept reality as it is, we discover deep satisfaction and fulfillment in our relationships, allowing love to blossom in all its beauty. Stoic philosophy invites us to accept reality as it is, seeking beauty and meaning in every experience, especially in romantic relationships. By practicing acceptance, understanding, and compassion, we nurture relationships that are authentic, deep, and fulfilling, characterized by genuine connection and unconditional support. Therefore, let go of blindly following any rigid principles. Instead, aim to understand and accept everything with authenticity and compassion, which are at the core of Stoic philosophy. This letting go is not surrender, but a conscious choice to live fully and cherish each moment. In Stoic philosophy, we are advised to focus on what we can control and learn to let go of what is beyond our control. Applying this principle to relationships, we realize that pursuing someone who is drifting away is not only futile, but also does not reflect self-respect. Imagine you are in a seemingly perfect relationship, but then distance starts to creep in. Your instinct might be to hold on, but Stoicism would say, pause for a moment. Why try to hold on to something beyond your control? What about your dignity, self-worth, and inner peace? Chasing someone who is drifting away is like trying to hold water in the palm of your hand. It's ineffective and ultimately leaves you feeling empty. The key to overcoming this is having the courage to let go of what no longer serves your best interests, making room for better things ahead. It's like clearing away dust to make space brighter and fresher. While it may be difficult to let go of what no longer nourishes you, it's an act of self-love and authenticity. The essence of Stoic philosophy is steadfastness in upholding our own values. When someone decides to depart, we learn to let them go, not out of coldness or indifference, but out of an understanding that we cannot control another's emotions or actions. We can only control how we respond. It's not easy to maintain composure, to not let sudden emotions overwhelm us. But it's important to trust that if someone truly cares, they will stay. Inner peace and tranquility can be achieved when we let go of resentment and envy, creating space for personal growth and emotional well-being. Through this, we can close the chapters of sorrow and open the door to new experiences and opportunities for love and meaningful relationships. Practicing unconditional love and forgiveness is the key to building healthy and meaningful relationships, based on a foundation of acceptance, respect, and mutual personal development. This gives us the opportunity to deeply connect and enrich ourselves and those around us, allowing us to live a more fulfilling and content life. Ultimately, this strong reminder helps us understand that we are the guardians of our inner peace and mental well-being. In a world full of external judgments and criticism, it's important to recognize that we have the power to choose how they affect us. Owning our thoughts and emotions means self-reflection and honesty with ourselves, not fearing criticism from others. When we internalize this Stoic principle, we become masters of our own destiny. Our self-respect and dignity will flourish, making us more important and respected by others. Therefore, when facing life's challenges and criticism, remember this. As Marcus Aurelius said, "No one can hurt you without your consent." This philosophy reminds us of the importance of maintaining what we see as right and just, even in our closest relationships. When we apply this principle to our relationships, it means ensuring that our relationships reflect our deepest values and principles. This includes reflecting on what those values mean to us and how they manifest in our daily lives and relationships. For example, if we prioritize honesty and trust, then our relationships must be based on transparency and open communication. Similarly, if we value respect and equality, we must ensure that all interactions with our partners reflect these principles. Making decisions based on our values also means being honest with ourselves, even when we face challenges or pressure from external sources in our relationships. This may include making difficult decisions such as establishing healthy boundaries or ending a relationship that does not meet our ethical standards. When we commit to living by our values in a romantic relationship, we are building a foundation for a meaningful and sustainable connection. This commitment not only strengthens our personal integrity, but also contributes to creating a trustworthy, respectful, and mutually developing environment in the relationship, through building together on the foundation of integrity and respect. We can create a resilient and fulfilling relationship that withstands the test of time by cultivating a shared environment of trust, respect, and mutual growth. This means that our actions and decisions must reflect the values that we deem important in life and in our relationship with our partner. For example, if we value loyalty, we will strive to maintain loyalty and reliability in every relationship. If generosity is important to us, we will endeavor to support and care for our partner unconditionally. The consistency between our values and actions creates a sense of authenticity and trust in the relationship, making our partners see us as reliable and substantial individuals in the relationship. Furthermore, acting according to our values also inspires our partners to do the same, fostering deeper understanding and development between both parties. Living by our values also helps us overcome challenges and conflicts that may arise in the relationship. When faced with difficult situations, we can rely on our values as a guide to make ethical and constructive decisions, allowing us to address issues diplomatically and constructively, rather than compromising our principles or acting impulsively. Living by our values in a romantic relationship not only promotes our happiness and contentment, but also enriches the connection with our partners. By building together on a foundation of integrity and shared respect, we can create a solid and fulfilling relationship over time. We are ready to stand by our partners in all circumstances, not only in tough times, but also in providing a shoulder to lean on and a hand to overcome challenges together. Compassion, as a virtue, calls us to put ourselves in our partner's shoes, understanding their perspectives and emotions. In a relationship based on respect and virtue, a trustworthy environment and mutual support are promoted. This entails recognizing the value of our partner as an individual and promoting their personal and professional development. It involves sincerely listening to their opinions and concerns, striving to understand their viewpoint, and making mutually beneficial decisions. Furthermore, it includes expressing gratitude and appreciation for our partner's contributions and efforts, thereby strengthening the emotional bond and connection between both parties. Finally, respect in a morally upright relationship is the foundation upon which a solid and satisfying relationship is built, where love and understanding flourish. In summary, practicing virtue in a romantic relationship is a commitment to living by the highest ethical principles, creating an environment of honesty, integrity, loyalty, compassion, and shared respect, thereby laying the groundwork for a sincere and sustainable relationship. Allowing others to invest in you is recognizing your uniqueness and value. It's not just about your presence in someone else's life, but also about becoming an essential and indispensable part of their world. This requires recognizing that what comes easily is often undervalued or not appreciated. True appreciation stems from effort and dedication. When someone invests their time, emotions, and energy into your life, a stronger and longer-lasting connection is formed. This process transforms your role from a fleeting presence to a highly valued contribution. It's not about seeking attention or affection from others desperately, but about proving that you are a valuable and indispensable part of their lives. Allowing others to invest in you means creating conditions for them to turn your presence into an indispensable part of their lives, something they don't want to lose. The words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca reflect this idea. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. The essence of your value lies not only in existing, but also in being sought after and attained. Reflecting on the story of Alexander the Great and his tutor Aristotle illustrates the value of education and the relationship between teacher and student, transcending traditional views. Aristotle, a wise philosopher, was not only a teacher in the young prince's life, but also a source of knowledge and strategic thinking necessary for ruling an empire. Alexander, renowned for his ambition and intellect, understood the value of Aristotle's teachings and devoted significant time and effort to learning from him. Through this video, we have explored 11 fundamental principles for building strong and meaningful relationships. We have realized that love is unconditional, but inspired by Stoic philosophy, it teaches us to let go of controlling things we cannot change, thereby cultivating inner peace and sincerity. Moreover, by living according to our values, we not only strengthen our own integrity, but also inspire our partners to do the same, fostering mutual growth and deep understanding. Allowing others to invest in us, recognizing our uniqueness and value, creates trustworthy bonds and respect, enriching the shared journey. Practicing ethics in a romantic relationship is not only about honesty and loyalty, but also about commitment to personal growth and mutual support, solidifying the foundation of a long-lasting relationship. Finally, by applying a Stoic approach, we learn to find balance, face challenges calmly, and cultivate a relationship with ourselves, creating sincere, enriching, and meaningful connections. These principles not only shape how we interact with others, but also make us architects of our own happiness and contentment. By applying them in our daily lives, we can transform not only our relationships, but also ourselves, moving towards a more fulfilling and worthwhile life. Always remember that true growth comes from continuous reflection and diligent practice of these principles, thus paving the way to a life of authentic and meaningful experiences. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to express deep gratitude for your presence and dedication throughout this video. I sincerely hope that the reflections and insights shared here have inspired and enriched you, fostering genuine personal growth and a fresh perspective on relationships. Most importantly, remember that relationships are an ongoing journey of learning and progress, where every experience, whether challenging or rewarding, contributes to our growth and development. If you've made it this far, take a moment to share in the comments. I am willing to apply these principles to my life. This interaction will help us strengthen our connection and reaffirm our commitment to each other, as well as between individuals and groups. I wish you integrate these valuable principles into your daily life, nurturing sincere and meaningful relationships, and living each moment fully and meaningfully. Once again, thank you for your presence, and see you again in our next video.